saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Because God gonna give him power to control the earth and the kingdoms when these 7 trumpets are blown. He gonna bring so much pain. This is his star. They're gonna control the bottomless pit. He said he brought down the side of the pit. Go ahead.
17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
This world gonna be like a wilderness because it's gonna be so much destruction. All these buildings, all these roads, everything you see now that's nice and pretty now, they're gonna be destroyed. Be destroyed. Go ahead.
18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Yes, sir. Let's go back to Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1 and read with some understanding. That is that star that fell to the earth, which is Satan. He gave him the key to the bottomless pit. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. Go ahead.
And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Didn't we just read that? He was given the key to what?
The bottomless pit.
That pit, which is the world and the militaries and controlling the nations. Go ahead.
And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace.
Yes, sir.
And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Because when this military he control, they're gonna attack everything. It's gonna be so much destruction, smoke and everything that's gonna hit this earth. It's gonna be smoking. You can't even see. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth.
Yes, sir.
And unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Understand, these locusts and scorpions are not insects. This is the only thing that John can describe a helicopter, a tank. This is the only thing you can describe. We're talking about 2,000 years ago when he only seen the chariot and the wheel. Well, look at now, you got jets flying, you got tanks, you got airplanes, all this stuff going on, helicopters. So he described this as locusts and scorpions. This is military warfare, which Satan gonna control. This is his star that's gonna control this bottom pit. Go ahead.
Verse 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth,
Yes, sir.
neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads.
Ooh, so you got to have the seal of God in your forehead. If you ain't got the seal of God, you messed up. The seal of God is keeping these commandments, these laws.
Yes, sir.
One of them, these commandments tell us to be at the wilderness at this time in the law. Go ahead.
Verse 5, and to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh the man.
Understand, this is chemical warfare. Meaning that they're going to shoot these people up with some type of germ or chemical warfare when your body is not going to die. You're going to want to die. Just like you having a real bad cold, or we can relate this to COVID-19. When you catch that stuff, you're like, man, I feel so horrible. This going to be maximized 100 times worse than that. For 5 many months? 5 months, you're going to feel like this. Because these people are going to put all types of chemicals on this earth to torment you, and God don't let Satan do it. This is what these trumpet bringing. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it.
You see what it said? They're going to be sick to die. Why can't I die? You can't die because you ain't going to be able to move. You're going to be in a comatose state where you can only open your eyes, just sitting there rotting. You ever had somebody just have bed sores, just sitting there because they can't move? They got to get somebody to turn them. That's how this chemical warfare going to do people. If you're not in the place of safety when these trumpets are blown, go ahead.
And shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
Death ain't going to, he said for 5 months they're going to be tormented, meaning death is not, you're not going to die for 5 months. You're going to experience that pain. Experience it. Go ahead.
Verse 7, and the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle.
Yes, sir.
And on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men.
So John is describing something like a helicopter, and their helmets that in the helicopter like gold. He described these people inside the helicopters, taking out this pain from chemical warfare. He can only describe about a horse or a chariot or a crown like gold, meaning these helmets. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Go ahead.
And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle.
So we know in our day, that's a military equipment. Helicopters, planes, tanks. This is what Satan ruling. This is what the angel poured out on his seat to conduct his business, which is pouring out pain on this fifth trumpet. Go ahead.
Verse 10, and they had tails like unto scorpions.
Yes, sir.
And there were stings in their tails. And their power was to hurt men 5 months.
He's going to hurt you with this chemical warfare. Go ahead.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit.
So is Satan an angel? This is the pit. What he said in Isaiah chapter 14, Satan failed. And God's going to bring him down to the sides of the pit. The pit is on the earth. He's controlling this earth at this time. And God's going to let him with these trumpets. Very vital we understand this. Don't play with this. This is a very serious matter. The Memorial of Trumpets is to make us have more faith in getting out of here when this third temple is being built, if you know anything about that. Go ahead.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit,
yes,
whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon.
Abaddon means destroying. Apollyon means destruction, or vice versa. This is what God tells me he's going to bring to this earth when he let that angel blow that trumpet to over the veil of that seat of the beast, which is Satan. He's going to control this. We finished with that?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Revelation chapter 16. Let's see the sixth trumpet. Now we got the first 5. This is why it's so vital we keep these trumpets every year. Every year. Revelation chapter 16. I'll put on your paper. 10.
Yes, sir.
Revelation 16, we'll start at verse 10. Go ahead.
And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast.
Yes, sir.
And his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
Why is it darkness? Because Satan bringing pain to all the people that are not in the wilderness. All the people who took the mark of the beast to try to get some food and get some water. Believe me, it's better for you to die than take that. Just die. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds.
You see what they're doing? They're cussing God out at this time. Because whether you know it or not, they're going to be looking up there seeing him. The heavens that we see right now are going to be open up. They're going to open everything. You're going to see the Father and the Son sitting right there on the throne. You're going to be able to see or have a little similitude of them at this time. They're going to be cursing at him. You should be repenting. Because at this time they have an opportunity. But they're going to be cursing. Because that pain going to be so great. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
Yes, sir.
And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Now let's see what this sixth angel does with this water of the river Euphrates. I should have had my map up to show y'all that in Jerusalem. They're going to have the Euphrates River going to be dried up, so they're going to send this military over to destroy almost everything over there in the land. Let's go to Revelation chapter 9. I'm just showing you the trumpets when they blow, and then what pain does that trumpet bring? Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. Let's see what the sixth trumpet did when it dried up the Euphrates River. It got dried up for a reason. Folks said, no, man, I'm in America, so that ain't going to happen to us. This is going to be worldwide. This ain't just, I know we talking about the center point in Jerusalem, but this is going to be a worldwide affair. Revelation chapter 9, we're going to start at verse 12. Go ahead.
One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
So we got 2 more woes. Let's look at the last 2 woes. Go ahead.
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God.
What verse you at?
13.
Okay, go ahead.
14. Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet.
See what he said? Saying to the sixth angel which had what?
The trumpet.
He gonna blow something. Go ahead.
Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Because these angels are keeping the water up. He gonna loose them where this water gonna go down so they can come over. Go ahead.
And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Ooh. Slay? That's clear. That's pretty. That means kill a third part of the men. I feel sorry for the men that are in the military. Y'all gonna die real quick. Third part of them. He controlling his military. They're gonna destroy a lot. I'm not saying the military, but these military guys, they're gonna have to go out and kill people who's not following the beast, which is Satan, man of sin. Let's look at the army. Let's see how large this army is. 16, go ahead.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them.
How large is that? That's 200 million.
That's right.
200 million. We talking about Russia. This is the army. Russia, China, Japan, all these Asiatic countries over there gonna have a banner. They're gonna follow under the northern bloc, the eastern bloc, and they're gonna come down in Jerusalem for a war. They're gonna kill everything. It said there's gonna be peace in front of them, but when they come, they're gonna make it a wilderness. They're gonna destroy everything when these trumpets are blown. Go ahead.
17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire,
Yes, sir.
and of jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke, and brimstone.
All he said, he seen horses, chariots, he seen tanks. He seen military Humvees, all these people that got military weapons, guns, missiles, bazookas, all this stuff, and the fire coming out of the brimstone. That's all he's saying. If you had a teacher to teach you this, you understand. Because when I first read this, I said, man, I didn't know what was going on. I said, scorpions? You gonna have big scorpion insects biting on you? No. You know, that thing freaked me out. This even freaked me out right here. But he said the military that he gonna control, he's gonna do this. Go ahead.
Verse 18. By these 3 was the third part of men killed.
Yes, sir.
By the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths.
A third part. I want to emphasize that. Third part. A man killed. Go ahead.
19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails.
Mm-hmm.
For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
What is that? The power in the mouth and in their heads, right? They're talking about a gun head. You see the power? Shoot. That's all John can explain it. When these weapons were firing, all these old brimstone like hell coming out. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands.
Wait a minute. All this stuff going on, they still not repenting. This is going to be a rebellious, stiff-necked people. Like they blame God for everything. Go ahead.
And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils, and idols of gold, and silver, and brass, and stone, and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk.
So why you got a Christmas tree in your house? That's an idol. Why you wear that cross on your neck? That's an idol. Why you got the fisherman's symbol on your car? That's an idol.
Mm-hmm.
All these idols. Why you got the Jesus choke on your chest? That's an idol. I don't care if he's black or white. It's still an idol. You don't supposed to be wearing this stuff. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
There's going to be so many people murdering, sorceries, fornication, and they're going to still be stealing. Because food is going to be very, very limited, and people are going to be stealing everything. You finished with that?
Yes, sir.
Let's see something. Let's go back up to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12. I just want to make sure you understand what these trumpets bring, and why it's so important that we know this in our minds. Revelation chapter 12, we'll start with verse 7. Now we can avoid all this if we be in a place of safety. All this instruction we can avoid. But we got to understand We're not going to avoid this before Jesus come back. We're not. You're going to see it. I'm going to see it. But which side you going to be on? You going to be in the pain, or you going to be looking at it like a movie? The people that are in the wilderness going to be looking at it like a movie. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. When you get it, brother, go ahead.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Yes, sir.
And the dragon fought and his angels.
This is what Satan was kicked out. Go ahead.
And prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
So God kicked them out. Go ahead.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So if you want to know what Satan is, he's in the earth walking to and fro. And God told us to make sure we be mindful of him. And he coming after the ones that are not in the place of safety. Like I said, you can avoid all this pain. You can avoid it all if you hear. This is how you avoid it. Jump down to verse 12. Go ahead.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Yes, sir.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Woe to who?
The inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
So he talking to you and me. Woe to us, the inhabitants. We inhabit the earth, right? Because Satan come down and do a job. Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
That great wrath is a great tribulation. He going to be loose in the land when these trumpets are blown. He's going to head up all this stuff, all these destruction, all these militaries. Go ahead.
13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
Who's the woman?
Israel,
which is the church. And Jesus is the man-child. He came through Israel, which is the tribe of Judah. He persecuted. He always trying to kill Jesus before time, because Jesus came here so we can have salvation, so we can escape some of this pain. Now this is the place of safety I'm telling you about. Go ahead. 14.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle.
Like I said, the woman is the church, given 2 wings as an eagle. Some of us gonna fly out of here in an aircraft. Go ahead.
That she might fly into the wilderness.
So where is that? Ask your pastor that. Where is the wilderness? People don't know where it is. You ask people, this is the place we have to be in this generation right here. We close, y'all. You got to be in the wilderness. Why? Go ahead.
That she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time,
yes,
and a times, and half a time, for the face of the serpent, from the face of the serpent.
A time is 1 year, times is 2 years, half a time is 3.5 years. This is how long it's going to last. It's great tribulation. 3.5 years. So God gonna nourish his people in the wilderness at the time, and the people outside the wilderness gonna experience all this pain. Because you're trying to hold on to a car, or a house, or some clothes, or some shoes. Man, I'm dropping all this. I'm walking out flying, because whatever we have, we can't keep it. You know why? Because I'm not taking that mark of the beast. That's the only way you can pay for it. I can own my house. Guess what? If I can't pay the tax on the house, they coming to get it. They say, so where you mark at, Joe? I ain't got it, but I got this $100,000 in my pocket. I can't use it unless you got the mark. Take his house from him. Take his cars from him. Take everything from him. You got to understand that. Don't put so much emphasis on these materialistic things at this time, because it's time to flee. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood,
yes,
after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Now when Satan casts out his mouth water, that means he's going to cast a military, an army after the children of God to try to get them. Because they're going to be trying to get to the wilderness, just like they did in the movie, The Children of Israel, when they crossed the Red Sea. It's going to be the exact same way, but it's not going to be with water. He's going to open the earth for it to protect us. Go ahead.
16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
So it's going to be a great earthquake, but they're going to be following after us, and God going to open the earth up and then kill them right there. So we got to understand, God is doing the exact same thing he did in the past with different types of roles, a different type of things. Go ahead.
17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
He said he was what?
Wroth.
He was very mad at the woman to make war with who? The remnant of his seed. What is the remnant? The ones that didn't make it in. He going back to get the ones. What are they going to be doing? Go ahead.
Which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So you try to keep the commandments at the time, Satan going to make war with you. He going to kill you. He going to destroy you. It's very vital that we get into the wilderness before these 7 trumpets blow. Let me show you a little bit about the wilderness call. Most of the world don't know about this. Let's go to, where we at now? Excuse me, I'm ahead of myself. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. Yeah, I want to get this. Let's show you how long, because some people don't understand time, they have a time. How long it's going to last. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 4. Let's see how long this dragon, which is Satan, going to be in power. Go ahead.
And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast.
Mm-hmm.
And they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Understand, the dragon is Satan. The beast is the man of sin, which is going to be the king over the world. Meaning that he's going to have a religion. He's going to come from the Roman Catholic Church. This king. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
So God make it plain. He said 42 months. How long is 42 months?
3.5
3.5 years. This is how long he going to have power when these trumpets are blown. And you ain't going to be able to sit in your house. I'm not going to be able to sit in my house and think I'm not going to be able to survive like I'm surviving now. We got to be in a place of safety. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name,
yes, sir,
and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven.
How you blaspheme his name? They blaspheme it all the time. They tell you Sunday is the Sabbath. They tell you you can keep Christmas. Blasphemy said it's all about Jesus. Jesus was born on December 25th. Read it to me. People look over all that. They say that's small. That's not small at all. That's not small at all. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
He said it was given him to make war with the saints. Jesus cannot protect you outside of the wilderness. He gonna make war with you. He gonna kill you. He gonna hurt you. He said power was given unto him over the kindreds, meaning all people, tongues, meaning all languages, and nations, meaning all nations. He gonna control it all at this time. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
So your name is written in the book of life, you're gonna be worshiping him. This is what these trumpets gonna bring if you're not in the place of safety. Let's look at it. Go ahead.
If any man have an ear, let him hear it.
Can you hear this? Remember the trumpets. Hear it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Let me show you how urgent it is for us to flee once this man of sin come on the scene and Satan controlling everything. When these trumpets bring this pain, we got to be moving with the quickness. Matthew chapter 24, we'll start with verse 14. We know what we're talking about because we can read it. Most of the world don't understand. They're looking for a rapture, saying that Jesus is going to get us out of here before all this hit. That's a lie. I'm going to show you that that's a lie. Come on, baby. Matthew chapter 24, we'll start with verse 14. Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
Everybody going to hear it. This gospel before Jesus come back. He don't want nobody to say, I didn't hear it. I didn't know what was going on. No, you going to hear it. Because the Israelites are on the rise right now. They put it out on social medias and everything. You're going to hear about the God of Israel. Go ahead.
And then shall the end come.
When?
And then shall the end come.
The end gonna come when everybody hear about this gospel of the God of Israel, how he gonna blow these 7 trumpets, how Satan gonna take over the word. God said, okay, they know. Now let's bring the end. Go ahead.
15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
What is that?
scene.
Folks looking at what? Abomination, desolation. I don't know what that is. The abomination is the man of sin standing in God's holy place saying that, I'm Jesus, you follow me. He's going to assume power this time. There's going to be a lot of people who follow him. This is how urgent he tells us to flee. Everything is centered around Jerusalem now. People that are in Jerusalem, look at what he tells you at this time. Go ahead.
16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
He said, get out of there. When you see that third temple being built, and Satan saying, God is here now, y'all worship me. You better be running to the wilderness. Go ahead.
Let them which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
He said, anytime I can't get my wallet?
No, sir.
I can't go in there and get my keys to my car? No, you might need to get them keys so you can get to the airport or something fast. He said, don't take nothing from out your house. That means, you know what that tells us? We stand on ready. So we're going to have, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my bag ready. I'm going to have everything I need. I'm going to even have a passport. Just in case. Just in case. If it's my transportation is there, okay, I get on it. If it ain't, I'm trying to get by a ticket. Go ahead.
18. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Can't take your clothes from the house. Go ahead.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
So women that have children, you better make sure you're on the double. Because it's going to be hard for you. Because you're going to have to feed the baby, deal with a lot of crying, doing all this stuff. So you better make sure that your flight or your journey is very comfortable. Start moving to the east. Start moving to the place of safety, which is the wilderness. Go ahead.
Verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
So we got a flight out of here, right?
Yes, sir.
Say your flight. Meaning that pray don't be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. So we still keeping that the Sabbath at this time?
Still
Sabbath is real. Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
We ain't seen nothing like this. Let me show you what the wilderness is going to bring. Let's go to Psalm 91. This is the place he's telling you to flee to. Psalm 91. Equipping your mind with this. God always got a plan of escape for his people. But his people so lazy, they want to read. And I was one of them. I want you to tell me something. I ain't want to read nothing. I said, wait a minute. I ain't letting nobody have my salvation in their hand. I'm going to read and understand this for myself. I'm going to read this. Let's see where this flight is. Where is it taking us? Because it's a secret. Psalm chapter 91, we'll start with verse 1. Go ahead.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Why is it secret? People don't know about this. It's a secret now. Because they're telling you what? It's going to be a secret rapture. God gonna steal his people out the earth. That's a lie. No, all these 7 trumpets got to blow. And then Jesus said, I'm coming. I want to fight too. Go ahead.
Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust.
Because outside of that, what is going to happen? Angels being your refuge and fortress. Nothing can get in, nothing can get out. You're going to be able to see all the destruction that's hidden in his land. Go ahead, I'm going to show you.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler,
yes,
and from the noisome pestilence.
What is the pestilence? Then he said he's gonna hurt the people with a noisome pestilence for 5 months. You only see these people on the ground want to die. They can't die. He can protect us from this. The noisome pestilence. Go ahead.
Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Who's that? He should cover you with his feathers. That's the angel that got 6 wings, with eyes all over the wing, got a hand up under the wing. With 4 heads, he gonna have those angels out there protecting us. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Because you're going to see a lot of this pain when these 7 trumpet hit. He said, don't be afraid. They can't bother you. We sitting down watching the movie. It's going to be real painful to see these people dying like this for 3.5 years. Go ahead.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yes, sir.
1,000 shall fall at thy side,
How many?